دوس عندي خوش فصلة يا اخي تفوز تفوز والله خوش رقصة يا اخي دوس دوس عندي خوش فصلة يا اخي تفوز تفوز والله خوش رقصة عندي لك رقصة قوية يا الحبيب اسمها الصبوحة خطبها نصيب مد يدك كنا بتعطيها كف وهز شتفك هيل خليك شديد عطني رقصة الفريسة دوس دوس عندي خوش فصلة يا اخي عيل سوي رقصة بياع يبلي واحد كرك يلا بياع طق سيارة بوليس يلا يلا سوي رقصة ثانية رقصة البطريق ولا سبت في مان يا اخي دوس دوس عندي خوش فصلة يا اخي تفوز تفوز والله خوش رقصة يا اخي عيل سوي رقصة.
So that's like a glimpse of what I watched in the theaters yesterday. So I watched it like yesterday, Dhurandhar. And I love the movie actually. It's been a while since I watched a Bollywood movie, and I really loved the whole movie. Like, there was not even a single moment was boring in the movie. Like, it's a long movie too, like 3+ hours, I think, right? Despite that, the movie was really good. I think we can safely say that Bollywood is back. Bollywood is back, and it's not even your typical. It has it's as if I've not seen his previous movie, like this director Aditya Dhar or whoever. I've not seen his previous movie. This is the first time I'm watching his movie. And okay, let's get into the politics of it, right? Like, so I was reading this left wing article, the Wire.in. They have reviewed the movie. Then they have said that it's obviously they have their criticism that they're like it's being hyper nationalistic and that kind of stuff. But I didn't find it to be hyper nationalistic. See, if you're going to make a movie about like Indian spies in Pakistan, and it's based on true events, and there's no way to avoid. There's no way to portray everybody in a good light, right? So if it's a fictional movie, you can say, okay, this is like they are spreading hatred and whatnot. But this is actually based on a real terrorist attack that happened in India in 2001, isn't it? And obviously, Pakistan's people, they were involved. You already have like Pakistani ministers openly admitting that they were involved in Indian terror attacks with America's backing and whatnot. So there's nothing. There is no. This is not like propaganda, or you can't call this like a propaganda or anything like that. It actually happened. And when you're going to make a movie about a certain thing, you definitely add some cinematic elements to the movie to make it engaging, and there's nothing wrong with it. If you question if you start questioning this way, you can never. Is there a scenario where you can even make movies about these kind of spy operations? Like, from a left wing perspective, from not just like far left wing perspective, you should never make such movies. That's what they would claim, right? But It's not. It's okay to make movies about it. Like when people are dying, when real people have been killed, and we know who the like culprits are. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like I didn't find it to be like a in your face propaganda kind of a movie at all. Like if I see one, I would immediately recognize such a movie, because I'm neither left wing nor right wing. Like I'm somewhere close to the middle, left of the middle somewhere, you can say. So I didn't find it. I love the movie, and the fact that it was based on a true story was even more interesting. To think that there are such soldiers and people who put their lives at stake, and do these kind of like really risky operations, knowing very well that if they get caught, they would be tortured to death. You know what I mean, right? That is some balls of steel you got to have to even say yes to this kind of mission. And there's one particular torture scene in this movie. Oh my God, it was so difficult to watch, where this guy, where there are like 100 hooks on his body, like he's hooked all over, right? Starting from his face to all over his body, and then that was, and then Arjun Rampal's character, he plays one of the I believe terrorists in the movie, like literally pulls and shakes the head part of it. It was gruesome. It was difficult. It was difficult to watch. And certain scenes were so violent. I mean violence that I've not seen in recent times. I also saw some comparisons with the movie Marco. I haven't watched that movie. I don't think I ever will, because I watched the trailer, and even the trailer, I thought it was a bit too violent. But in this movie, violence is part of the story, is not violence for the sake of violence. You know what I mean? I'm okay with that. But if you're going to make violent movies just for the sake of violence, I'm not. I generally don't watch such movies. I'm talking about movies like Saw, Hills Have Eyes, and that kind of stuff. I'm not into that kind of stuff. And not only that, I think only psychos are in, like if you interested in watching such movies, I think you're a psycho. No offense. Yeah, let's get back to Dhurandhar. So yeah, so it's apparently based on Operation Liari. There's a whole Wikipedia page on that if you guys want to go read through that, and get a context of what the movie is about. Yeah, you're very welcome to. And Ranveer Singh, I mean, surprisingly, he is mature in his acting. That's what I've noticed. So this is the story of a guy who infiltrates into one of the Pakistani gangs, and yeah, so and becomes one of them, and then eventually what happens is this story. And for the first time, I believe I've not seen that many Ranveer Singh movies, to be honest, but I could see some maturity in Ranveer Singh's acting in this movie. And I also realized that the female love interest of Ranveer Singh, Sara Arjun, Yalini, or some I forgot the name. Yeah, she's actually this small girl from Deva Thirumagal, the Tamil movie. Because I kept looking at her face, I was like, this face looks familiar. That's what I kept wondering. And I was just going through Wikipedia and realized, this is the same kid that acted in one of Vikram's movies. Uh, yeah, and she has done her part well as well. Like, She's actually a good actor, a good actress. There, I like the chemistry between them. It was like, yeah, it was refreshing actually. Um, and there's a couple of other things that I wanted to point out. Akshay Khanna, ah, see, if Akshay Khanna is in a movie, I can safely say that I would definitely go watch that movie. So I trust his selection, script selection. I've watched a couple of two, three movies in the recent times, and all of the movies that he was in, like they were always good. And he obviously is a brilliant actor, and like in this movie, he's nothing short of brilliant as well. Like just I just showed you a glimpse of his character, right? You can call him basically the protagonist of the movie. Although like the movie is Ranveer Singh, he has much more impact. Like there's one particular scene where he confronts Ranveer Singh's character. I could see his chin acting like that. that that is tough. That's some talent. Is intense. His reactions and his he talks very less, and to convey that much with that limited dialogues and whatnot is talent. And there's another interesting character. Wait a minute, I'll just find. I don't want to get the name wrong. Rakesh Bedi. That character, brilliant. Was a brilliant acting. Like if you go watch, you'll understand what I'm trying to say. And there's humor throughout the movie. It doesn't take itself so seriously, and that's what I like about directors who have a sense of. If you have a sense of humor, that itself is a reason enough to go watch a movie, right? Like if movie is funny, even if it's a serious movie about a serious subject, it doesn't harm to add a few jokes here and there, right? Because life is tough. Everybody everybody has issues in life, but doesn't stop us from laughing. You know what I mean? So I always like directors who have a sense of humor, and this movie has a lot of the whole like the theater. I was like, yeah, where was I? So the theater was almost houseful. Like I went to the 8:30 show. It was almost houseful. And there's an interesting thing that happened yesterday. I This is the first time I've experienced something like this watching a movie. So I believe there were like a few guys who were sitting just behind the row that I was sitting, and they were a bit loud throughout the movie. Like I just thought like they were enjoying. They were like passing comments and throughout the movie. And at one point, they said something really derogatory about Hindus. One guy, one like not like I don't know how many of them were there, but there was this one guy who was a bit loud, and then whistling and passing comments and that kind of stuff. And then suddenly at one of the scene, I don't even remember which scene it was. He said something derogatory about Hindu, like Hindu or this or something. I didn't get it because one thing, it was a bit loud at that time, and I don't even understand like Hindi. I think he used some word that I'm not really familiar with in either Hindi or Urdu. I think he could have been a Pakistani. I don't know, because this movie is heavily about Pakistani gangsters and whatnot, right? So it could have been a Pakistani. And as soon as he said that, there was another Indian who got really offended. He shouted like, "Hey, who the fuck was that?" And it got a bit tense. And then like, and there was this. I think his wife or girlfriend or someone who trying to, hey, be silent, and she said something, and then he got silent. But I that's when I realized, oh damn, this is actually, some of them really hate Hindus. Maybe there's even a dialogue in one of the movies where a bunch of these gangsters, they sit in a room and then watch the live telecast of that 2001 the terrorist attack, right? And then laughing and then saying Allah Akbar and this and that, and they say kill all the infidels and whatnot. Ah, that was sad to watch. That was, I mean, people killing each other in the name of religion. It's all like a belief system, and I don't think it'll ever change. But I'm just saying, like, it's sad that we live in a society where yeah, people's beliefs take lives. That's such a sad thing. Hmm. Yeah, but I love the movie. I might even go watch it again. I don't know. And the music is, I mean, one of the best BGMs and songs I've heard in the recent times. Kudos to the music director Shashwat Sachdev. Good job, great job. This particular song, like as soon as Akshay Khanna started dancing to this song, I was like, okay, that this is going to be the next anthem, and I was just YouTubing, and looks like it's already a hit. Like everybody's talking about that song. They even say it's the new Jamal Guru. Brilliant, brilliant song. That song is by an artist called Flipparachi, it seems, and it's apparently like a Arabic Balochi song. That's what I read in one of the YouTube comments. I could be wrong, but very catchy and interesting choice for the director to have picked that song for the Balochi celebration. Good one. Yeah, part two is releasing in March, it seems. I probably go watch it. Yeah. And interestingly, in the beginning of the movie, there's this they there's a scene where these guys molest Ranveer Singh. There's a I don't know, and even one of the scenes where Sanjay Dutt's character, yeah, he plays an important role as well. Sanjay Dutt. His character says, "I'll." Something like he tells Ranveer Singh's character, right? I'll sell you to a brothel or something like that. Something. It's interesting that like they Ranveer Singh's character is portrayed as some kind of eye candy. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if this was actually the case in like in the Karachi gang. This actually happened. Like they, irrespective of who you are, whether you look pretty, they're just gonna get molested, like whether you're a male or a female. I don't know, but that's an interesting thing I noticed in the movie. One funny scene I still remember is this guy. So Ranveer Singh's French character says like, "Hey, what has happened to you? You're wearing all red and all of that." And then Ranveer Singh replies, "It's maroon, not red." And then that guy replies, "Hey, Laudo, it's not maroon, it's maroon." Ah, oh, funny. Yeah, yeah, go watch it. I think Bollywood is back.